Hi, how are you? My name is Steven, and today I'm going to demonstrate a very cool concept, which is about Linux containers. So the basic idea here is about running multiple Linux containers on a Linux host system, and to achieve a better resources utilization or resources allocation. So, I can tell from my machine that I'm running Pop! OS, which is a distro of Linux system, and based on the Ubuntu. And today we are going to create a Ubuntu container running on a Ubuntu OS. So first I go to my terminal to get the installation finished. So we do sudo apt install LXC, and LXC aka Linux container. So you can tell from here that I already got my LXC installed. So first we try to create a new Linux container. We can do sudo linux create and target to be download, and the name we specify to be Ubuntu. Oh, already existing, so we do Ubuntu probably just one. So this command is gonna give me a list of indices of different images and different information about different image, about architecture distribution, sort of stuff. So we can generate our container based on those information. Here we go, we specify the distro to be Ubuntu. And the release we can do Bionic. By the way, the information is from here. And architecture we do i386. Here we go, we just created a Ubuntu Bionic container, and we have got and we do LXC list. We can see that we have got 3 containers, and the Ubuntu one is the newest we just created. So after this we can do the sudo LXC start Ubuntu one, so this can activate this container. And now actually after the container got activated, if we do the sudo LXC attach Ubuntu, specify the name to be Ubuntu one, we can get into the terminal of this Linux container. So here we go, we are root as this container, and this container is running on our Pop! OS system, and we can check our path, or we can check how many documents here. And after this, if we do Control D, we quit this container, and we do sudo lx list, we can see that we have got 3 containers now, and now if I want to deactivate this container, we can do sudo lxc stop, specify the name to be Ubuntu one, and this container got stopped. And if you think this container is not going to be used in the future, we can destroy this, or in other words, we are going to delete it. Sudo lxc delete or destroy. And we can do a quick check. Sudo lxc list. You say the Ubuntu one just gone. So the basic idea that we are having the container, Linux container here, is about imagine in the cloud we have got different servers running for the different virtualization, and the Linux and LXC is basically a operating system level virtualization method for multiple isolated containers running on a Linux host, and they are sharing the same Linux kernel to achieve a better resources allocation. And in the clouds, we have got different servers running different systems, and we can't actually going to talk to each other and share the resources, because there doesn't exist such a perfect bridge. If this server is running more resources, but this server is not using any resources, we can't allocate these resources from this server to that server. And but also we can tell some drawbacks of Linux containers is basically because they are sharing the same architecture, and the Linux kernel is very different from other technologies like Hyper-V or VMware. So you can't simulate or emulate any other operating system like Windows or Mac OS. You only can do the Linux distros or Linux operating systems. And so that is basically the stuff I was talking about today. And And thank you so much for listening and watching.